It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got the Bengals veteran linebacker, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Bengals and the Jets, next on Madden Football.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. Brandon Gaudin alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis. And CD, our quarterbacks taking center stage here for each of their respective offenses. Joe Burrow of the Bengals, Zach Wilson of the Jets.
And Brandon, I think each one might be trying to play some form of keep away from the other, because when you think about time of possession and what that means in a game, it's great if you're able to hold on to the football and run your offense at your pace. And it also helps to keep the other guy's offense on the sideline. That's your goal for the game.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From his end zone, here's Trent Taylor. The Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his 3rd season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground, and he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The numbers for Mixon last week: 14 carries, 76 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
On 2. In Hayden Hurst's only year as the unquestioned starter, he had 571 yards and 6 touchdowns for Atlanta. The Bengals, they remembered him when he was a player with the Baltimore Ravens and liked his game. So when they needed a new starter, he was their choice, and it gets them a first down here.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. 23 yards the pickup there. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Well, we get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
It was an educational rookie season for Zach Wilson, who was drafted to be the eventual face of the Jets as the team worked through a lengthy rebuild. 2,300 yards and 9 touchdowns as a rookie. He did miss some time mid-season with an injury, but I really like the work that the Jets have done to put people around him and give him his best opportunity to be not only the face of this franchise, but get him back into perennial playoff contention.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson rolling to his right, and that is incomplete. The Jets at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Back-to-back catches here for Carter. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Wilson now off the bootleg. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A give up the middle to Carter. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Carter, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
11
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. Berrios now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis. Wilson on the hook up to Davis. First down, Jets. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD. But the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. Caught right side, Davis. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. T. Higgins out on offense for the rest of his teammates for this next drive. It's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short catch, he has that make-you-miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again. So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
They're struggling with that so far. 11. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, into a sea of defenders, had intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Wilson. He'll drop this underneath to Carter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Carter. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Wilson. The quick slant caught. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from a yard out. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. On now, the former Vol, Michael Pilardi.
The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's taken to the 26. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And the Jets will take over. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
On first and 10, it's Carter.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And this one all tied as they've gone to the intermission. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they lead the visiting Baltimore Ravens at halftime. Kendrick Bourne, a touchdown catch in that first half. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Well, the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
He finds Wilson. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that one gives him a 3-point lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know, heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Again, it's Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. He's got room at the 30. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst, 52 yards. And the Bengals have retaken a third-quarter lead. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. But once again, here comes Garrett Wilson in the Jets offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
They'll try and run for it with Janovich. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The fullback dive held up short. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So here are the Jets now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Carter. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A 3rd down gain of 19. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. He'll dump this off to Carter, complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. So give them the first down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there. Gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets get an important score there to extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, But that's how you get it done, because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Wilson going to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a two-score deficit.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now it's Burrow.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Burrow.
Floating one, incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try to get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Burrow. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
To throw, Burrow.
And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Again, that's Hurst. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's Wilson and the Jets.
Down by 4, 36 seconds remaining. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here, as they've got it 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
That's caught by Wilson, and he is out of bounds, so a spectacular start. One play, and they're up past the 40.
Here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender,
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting into midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Bengals, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they suffered defeat for the first time